Hello, this is Hamlet from Elitist Jerks, and this is the beginning of my series of guides for Proving Grounds, the new feature added in 5.4, specifically the healing flavor of Proving Grounds. I'll be starting here with Bronze, even though there's not too much in particular to say about strategy. Bronze is mostly about having a basic idea of how to use the central core spells for your class, but I'll say a little bit about how Proving Grounds is set up, how to approach them, and healing in general. If you're somewhat experienced on your healing class, you can probably jump straight ahead to the gold video, but I included bronze and silver for people who are less experienced, since much of the purpose of Proving Grounds is to be able to learn new classes or specs or even new roles in an environment where you don't have to jump right into a dungeon or raid. So as you can see, these first two waves in bronze feature nothing but one Ripper each. Rippers are just simple mobs that do nothing but melee the tank. The first wave was a small Ripper, the second is a large. In general, every mob type you encounter in Proving Grounds is going to come in both a small and a large variety, with the large having more HP and doing more damage. The group is finishing off the large Ripper now, and you can see this timer in the top right showing when the next wave is going to spawn. They always spawn on the timer regardless of when the group finishes off the previous wave. Wave 3 brings our first non-trivial mob, this small Hive Singer. And as you can see, it casts this AoE that does some damage to the whole group. In the first two waves, all you had to use was your basic simple heal on the tank to get warmed up, but now you want to try to start using a group heal of some kind. Now, bronze itself is only 4 minutes long, so it doesn't especially matter if you spend your mana well, but assuming that you aspire to move on to the higher difficulties, you want to start thinking now about an efficient way to deal with that small or medium amount of damage that a small Hive Singer will do to a group. For example, I'm not flash of lighting everyone in the group to take care of it here, because that wouldn't be viable if I have to sustain myself through a large number of waves of that kind of damage. Instead, I'm spreading Eternal Flame on the group and letting the damage heal up gradually when there's no other immediate threat. Wave 4 here is the same as Wave 3, but both of the mobs have become large. So in Bronze, Wave 3 basically introduced the concept, but Wave 4 is going to present it with a slightly more challenging amount of damage. You'll probably have to use direct heals on the tank more often, in addition to using some heavier dose of healing in order to deal with the Hive Singer. In this particular video, I'm also showing something that's not totally necessary for bronze, but will be a very helpful habit to make if you're going to be working on gold or endless soon, which is interrupting the Hive Singer. Its AoE spell is a 1-second cast, and depending on class, you can often stop a lot of the casts on your own, in addition to the ones that the rogue and mage in your group will interrupt. For example, a paladin, I can rebuke 2 and Fist of Justice 1 during the lifespan of the Hive Singer, so the group actually winds up not taking very much damage if I focus on that. It's not something you have to worry about when you're first learning to heal in bronze, but if you're a more advanced healer who's just getting through bronze in order to work on the later difficulties, it's the sort of thing you can try doing just to practice, because it will come in handy when you're trying to do something harder if you can multitask those interrupts into your healing. And now in wave 5 of bronze, just don't be blindsided by it whether you're either an inexperienced or an experienced healer. It actually throws out quite a lot of damage compared to the previous waves. The tank is tanking 2 large Rippers and there are 2 small Hive Singers AoEing the group. So the tank will take a lot more damage than he had in any previous wave. So if you'd been healing the tank with only something simple like your basic cheap heal or small cooldowns, then you'll actually have to throw a few more direct or large heals on the tank. Other than that, whatever healing you used for the large Hive Singer in the previous wave should be perfectly good for the 2 small Hive Singers here. Note that the 2 small Hive Singers appeared on a small delay at the beginning of the wave, so just don't be surprised when they pop in and start AoEing. You shouldn't have had to use many cooldowns before this, so just use all of the ones that are left and you should have a pretty easy time of this wave. If you're new to the healing class, it's another good chance to review the cooldowns you have and get used to how to use them. Otherwise, this has been a generally introductory look at Proving Grounds. As I said at the beginning, there will be a little more meat of discussion as I get on to Silver, Gold, and Endless, but I figured I would begin at the beginning. See you in the next video, and thanks for watching.